All right, guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have some truck parts for the truck, and this time there are things to make the truck look better. Has nothing to do with performance at all, but let me show you what I got. I got a box. Just kidding. We will open this bad boy up here. Hang on. All right, so as you can see here, there was a lot of contents inside of this little box. I am going to unwrap these for you, but can anybody take a wild guess what they are? Because I bet you might be able to by the shape of this one, but a lot of people wouldn't have guessed I'm doing this. All right, if you hadn't guessed, this is pieces to get rid of all of the nasty plastic on the truck. We got little door handle inserts here. Obviously, you got your back doors, I'm assuming, because they don't have the keyhole in them. And then these are longer than these, so I'm assuming these are for the front door. I got mirror covers as well. These go around the actual door, like a part that mounts to the door. And then these are for the handle. I got one for the tailgate as well. It came with a cleaner and an adhesion promoter. And these are all perfectly paint matched to my truck. You can't really tell, but I did already wash the truck, and the mirrors are all covered in just, what is it? I don't know. This snowy shit here, this stuff. So our first step is we definitely gotta get all of this off of here because it is not going to want to adhere to this kind of surface. So I am going to let the truck sit in the garage for a little bit. I'm going to turn the heater on and we're going to see if I can kind of dethaw some of this. I'm going to take a microfiber here and wipe this all off. The truck has been sitting here for a minute now. So I think a lot of this should be a little dethaw here. And then I'm going to use, this one is the cleaning agent. We'll use the cleaning agent on it first, and then we will use the adhesion promoter as well. So, on the back here, as you can see, we just have 3M tape. I do not have any nails, so these usually give me quite a bit of trouble here trying to get them off. There's the next one. And usually it's pretty good when you see the company is using a 3M brand instead of some random knockoff shit for their strips to stick things on there, because a lot of times the knockoff brands just don't really fit. Now, we are going to find out if this bad boy fits on here, which it does beautifully. Now, I want to make sure that I don't lose this on here as well. So, it is cold along with it. Forgot to turn that on. So it being cold, I am going to want to kind of hold this and press it on there. You need to not be afraid to get fingerprints or whatever all over this thing, because you got to remember it's going to be driven down the highway. So it needs to be pressed on there properly. And they do recommend, I did get these from eBay, they do recommend that you do not drive the vehicle for, I believe it's like up to 12 hours or something like that. Just like let everything cure and adhere to everything it needs to. But would you look at that? It just makes the truck look so much better not having that plastic. Obviously, this is still plastic, but I don't really care much about that. If it really worries me that much, I'll take it off and I'll paint it gloss black, because if you can't really tell, there's no flake or metallic or anything in this paint. It's just black. So we're going to move on to our next part, which is going to be the passenger side door handle. Now, I'm not entirely sure if these have a side, but I'm assuming they don't, because they just look like they fit right on there. Now, these are a beautiful fit. As you can tell, just having the plastic off of there, having the plastic on there, and then the painted piece on there, really just changes the whole look of the truck, in my opinion. I'm a sucker for little things, and these are very little, but they are made with OEM plastic, so they're hard, like they got some weight to them. They're not flimsy little things, and they stick on. It's super easy. So I am going to use, hang on. I'm going to use my adhesion promoter one more time, and I'm not going to put it on my paint at all. I do not want it on the paint of my truck, of the slightest. But if it supplies adhesion promoter, use it. This is not a how-to, this is not a tutorial, but if it supplies it, use it, because they don't supply it for no reason. They're telling you that it might not adhere properly if you do not clean the surface and if you do not use their adhesion promoter. So if they supply it, you didn't use it, and it falls off, typically it's your fault. That's just usually how it goes. I don't know what she's doing over here. Juna. Hey. Are you underneath the truck? What are you doing? Having fun? Entirely sure if you can tell or not, but obviously the paint on this has no scratches and marring and just sun fade, and my truck does. I don't know if camera does it any justice, but there's definitely a difference between the two paints. Obviously, because this is brand new paint and this is just, the truck is now 22 years old. This is a 2002, so the paint is not perfect at all. But I am seeing my first issue here. This one does not want to stick. It wants to come off very, very easy. So I'm wondering if that's part of it having to sit. So I am actually going to take the initiative. Exactly, see? My point being, I am going to take the initiative to stick it on there, and I'm going to stick 2 zip ties on it actually until the morning in hopes that it holds it in place. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. My camera did die halfway through this, but as you can tell, it does look a hell of a lot better. It just kind of makes it look a little bit newer in my opinion and less plasticky and shitty. So I will leave the link down below. It's like 66 bucks or something like that if you guys want to order it for your 3rd gen on eBay. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. Have a great rest of your night.